I realized there was unused space under my stairs, so I decided to open it up and create a litter box room for my 4 cats. How did I end up with 4 cats? Well, let me tell you, it was never my plan or intention or whatever you want to call it to own 4 cats, and never did I imagine this would happen, but here we are. I want to make it very clear that my first and oldest cat is the only one that I actually planned on getting, and the other 3 I ended up with because, as it turns out, when it comes to animals, I can be guilted very easily. So my second cat I was guilted into by my grandma. I don't even try to argue with her anymore because she just always wins. She told me that Bentley needed a friend and then proceeded to tell me that this new cat will live longer than her and I can remember her through him. How on earth am I supposed to say no to that? So now fast forward a few years and an ex-boyfriend of mine decided that he wanted to get a cat of his own, which is totally fine, but I think it's important to note here that we are basically done at this point. So he goes to get the cat, but instead of getting 1, he ends up getting 2. The lady that had them was apparently super pushy and almost trying to get rid of them, which we found out later why. She told him they were 8 weeks old when in fact they were only about 3 weeks. They weren't litter box trained like she said, and they definitely were not eating solid food yet. They had to be fed every few hours at this point and were extremely malnourished. Then a few days after he brought them home, I noticed some red spots on their paws and later came to find out that they had ringworm. Now it makes a lot more sense why she was pushing so hard to get rid of them so quickly. So once I figured that out, I helped give them a bath every single day. Yes, these cats had to be washed every day until we got rid of the ringworm. Now it had been a few months at this point since he had gotten the cats, and we were officially broken up. And this is when he decided that he was going to join the military. So he told me that I could either take the cats if I wanted, or he was going to bring them to a shelter. After I've spent months feeding and bathing these cats, they were 100% attached to me, and there was no way I was going to let them end up in a shelter. So obviously I took them, and now here we are years later building them their own room for their litter boxes. To finish out the space under the stairs, I had to add an outlet because their litter box needed to be plugged in. Then I had to finish off the framing, drywall, paint, add flooring and baseboards, and of course frame out the doorway, which plenty of people had opinions on. Are you kidding me right now? Once the inside of the room was complete, I had to build a custom door so they could get in and out, and I had to design the wall to make it somewhat blend in since this door goes through our half bath. I decided to go with a slat wall because I figured it was the easiest way to work around the door. I added a motion sensor light to the inside of the room so every time they go in, the light will turn on. I know this seems like they might be a little spoiled since I'm building them their own litter box room, but in reality, I was tired of tripping over their litter boxes and really wanted my bathroom back. Now I need to finish off the rest of this half bath, so follow along to see it all come together.